Everyone knows that your officers sometimes have to face really difficult odds, and people don't always treat them with the respect. They have to take a lot of abuse on the job, sometimes from citizens. But a person like this has been an advisor to two different mayors in Detroit and is a political name in this town. Are you a little bit surprised that someone like him would be so vulgar and harassing of an officer just trying to do their job?
Well, I'm certainly disappointed. As I indicated, I know Mr. Mongo. In many respects, I was happy he called so that we can get a supervisor out to the scene. It matters not to me who's on the other side of the phone. If there's an allegation that we didn't treat someone correctly, we want to look into that. But on the other hand, if we determine that it's something that the other party did wrong, in this case we got video, we have audio that supports what really took place, and to frame it around this whole notion of police officer contacts with African Americans is wrong. This was not the case. And to also frame it around African Americans not being welcome in downtown. First, the stop wasn't made downtown. And I know for a fact that we've had a significant amount of traffic enforcement along the Jefferson corridor. I know factually that not just African Americans get stopped, but Caucasians are stopped, Hispanics are stopped. I, who travel Jefferson, have initiated traffic stops, and they haven't all been African American. And so my point is, the officer was doing his job. His primary duty assignment is traffic enforcement. And he saw someone, he didn't know who was in the car. He had never met Mongo before that incident and was not, but Mongo called me. And again, I'm glad he did so that we could get a supervisor out to the scene.
Do you know how many tickets he got in the end, and if those will stand?
I can't speak on what the court's decision will be about the citations. Clearly, he was cited for the running the red light, the no driver's license, and then we removed the part with the no insurance because we were able to validate that after the fact.
And the car was towed because of an invalid. Was that the basis for why
Because
it was
of
towed?
no driver's license.
No driver's license.
And again, it's for the purpose, it's high risk to leave it at the scene and leave the keys with a driver who we know has no license, has no insurance at that point. That's a high risk decision.
Can you talk about the fact that you would have arrested him if it was you and you were
Absolutely.
Subject to that kind of abuse?
I would not have put up with that. I would have maintained a high professional decorum, but at the same time to be berated, to have profanity directed in the manner in which it was, that in my mind and in my judgment constitutes disorderly conduct. I have made those type of arrests throughout my 38 year of service. And so, but the officer opted not to, and it's discretionary. And that was his decision, and I support that decision.
Chief, you said you would call what you observed from Adolph Mongo as disorderly.